Hey there, welcome back. We are already on week 7, which is our final week and marks the end of our journey together here in our Social Work 502 Human Behavior and the Social Environment 2 class here at Widener. So it has been a privilege guiding you through our course this semester. And this week, we are going to take a critical view of the socially constructed diagnoses. So as always, the first thing that you want to do is cruise on over here and check out all of the learning resources, the objectives, readings, and media link. So have lots of readings here. Specifically in your Francis Essentials of Psychiatric Diagnosis text, you want to make sure that you're reading Chapter 2, Chapter 10, Chapter 11, Chapter 12, Chapter 13, and Chapter 15. Also in your DSM-5, you want to make sure that you're reading pages 31 through page 86. So we have here some optional readings. And again, I know I'm probably sounding like a broken record at this point, but I highly recommend that if you have the time to really invest the time into taking a dive into these optional readings, because they're so valuable and they're things that are really going to benefit you and your clinical knowledge down the road. So for week 7, what I'd like you to do is to watch the movie Kinky Boots. So if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch it for free by clicking on this link here and searching Kinky Boots in the search bar at the top of the screen. Other alternatives is that you can rent it from Google Play or you can rent it from iTunes. So watching Kinky Boots is a required video for this particular discussion board post that we have this week. So as you can see, we have several discussion board postings here. The very first one is asking you to post your condition presentation here. So one member of each group is asked to post the group's condition presentation in this forum so your classmates can view and discuss it in the relevant discussion forums this week. So in the title of your discussion board post in this forum, please include the name of your condition that your group is presenting, and in the body of the discussion board post, please include your partner's name as well. So just to make a note here, both group members do not need to post the presentation here, only one, and I'll make sure that everybody gets credit for that. So now for your second week 7 discussion board posting, we're going to be talking about socially constructed disorders, doubting and believing. So for your initial post or prompt, I'd like you to choose attention deficit disorder or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, one of the personality disorders, or one of the impulse control disorders, and provide at least one doubt and at least one belief about the disorder that you chose. So firstly, when you're exploring doubt, what makes you question the reliability of this diagnostic label? What negative impact could this diagnostic label have on the individual who receives it? So number 2, when you're exploring belief, why do you agree in the reliability of this diagnostic label? What is a benefit to using this diagnostic label? So for this particular post, you're encouraged to respond to your peers, but you are not required to do so. So for your third week 7 discussion board posting, we're going to be exploring eating disorders. So after reviewing the presentations about eating disorders, what are your thoughts about eating disorders based on gender, culture, and ethnicity? So you're going to be viewing the wonderful presentations that your colleagues have posted here. You're encouraged to respond to your peers, but you're not required to do so in this particular forum. So for your fourth week 7 discussion board posting, we're going to be exploring neurocognitive disorders. So in your initial post prompt, after reviewing the presentations that your colleagues made about neurocognitive disorders, why do you think that dementia might be misdiagnosed? And once again, you're encouraged to respond to your peers, but you are not required to do so in this forum. And now for your next week 7 discussion board posting, we're going to be exploring neurodevelopmental disorders. So for this particular posting, you're going to review the presentations about neurodevelopmental disorders. And how do you think assessing a nonverbal person with an intellectual or developmental disorder might need to be adapted? I'd really love to see you take a deep dive into what particular strategies that you might implement if you were assessing a client who was nonverbal. So in this posting, you are encouraged to respond to peers, but absolutely not required to do so. And finally, last but not least, we're going to be exploring gender disorders in this final week 7 discussion board posting. So after watching the movie Kinky Boots, discuss the implications of making a gender-related diagnosis. So once again, you are encouraged to respond to your peers, but you are not required to do so. And finally, this week, you're going to be asked to participate in a course evaluation survey. So I ask that you take just a few minutes to complete this course evaluation survey. I realize that you're busy, you might be taking another course evaluation survey in another class, but I appreciate having your response to this as well. So we at Widener value your honest feedback and input so we can continue to improve other classes that you'll take going forward here in the program. So thank you so much for being here with me all together on this journey. I hope that you have a fabulous week, and I look forward to reading your responses.